Good morning. It's been a while since I did one of these videos where I show you what I bought off of Bricklink, and it's taken me quite a while to get everything set up, so I'm hoping everything looks good. This particular order, I ordered some parts because my husband's trying to put the roller coaster set back together. Several years ago when we were still fostering kittens, we had a kitten attack and it knocked it off kilter just enough my husband couldn't get it fixed without taking it completely apart. And we don't know if these parts were missing when he took them apart or if it's just parts that the cats knocked on the floor. We didn't know what they were and stuck them back into inventory. We really have to stop doing that because we've done that more than once with some parts we found. This particular order came from a store called Aleia's Things and Stuff. They had a lot of parts that I needed for another set I'm trying to put together and a couple of parts for sets that we're trying to resell. So it was a pretty good order. I always try to get as much as possible because shipping is so darn high lately that I try to get as many parts as I can when I order from a store. So we're going to open this up and see what's in it. Oh wow, there is a Lego poster in this. I did not expect that. Oh, very cool. I'm not going to be able to show all this. Maybe I'll take a picture and stick it in there, but I will definitely be hanging this up in my shop. I have several others that I've gotten over the years, and I'm definitely going to hang this one up as well. So thank you very much for that. I'm not sure, but I think he said he watches my videos. I appreciate that, as always. And they did give me a packing list, which is always good. I don't include those in mine because I don't use them when I buy parts. I generally print out my own so that I can mark where each of these parts go, but it is a nice thing to include in your order for people. I think if somebody requested a packing list, I would definitely include it. And this is a lot of little parts. So we're going to see what all is in here. Looks like there's some parts that I didn't order. So I don't know if they include freebie parts. Maybe that's what it is. But let's go ahead and get into this. Try to keep everything in frame. So, all right, so the first couple of parts we have. Yeah, there's quite a few in here I didn't order, so I'm a little confused. Doesn't take much to confuse me though, but I'll ask them about those if those were just freebies. But I have 4 of the green wedges and 4 of the small green wedges. These 2 jumper plates are these are all for the wintertime polar bears. I've been collecting parts for that for quite a while. I got the instructions from some friends and I was just going to sell the instructions, but then I got to looking at it and thought, no, I really want to put that together. So I've been collecting parts for that ever since. These 2 parts are needed for the roller coaster for my husband. So he will be happy to get those. I think he's kind of at a point he needs these parts to move on. So then we have 2 of the light bluish gray also for the roller coaster. These 2 parts are for a Star Wars set that somebody gave me that I thought it had all the parts, but then I was looking at it and there was actually light gray parts instead of the light bluish gray. So I'm having to order it. Normally I would just part it out at that point, but the set actually sells for quite a bit, so I thought it might be worth it to collect the parts I'm missing. So that's for Star Wars set 7250, and I wish I could remember what that was, but I'll have a picture up there for you. See, these 2 were not on my order. So I'm going to set those, I'll put those back in here. This trans neon orange, after I got to looking at it, I think I actually already ordered this already, but it is for the Trade Federation MTT Star Wars set. So now we have a spare one. And I believe these white parts are all for the polar bear. So there should be 2 of those, 1 of those, and 2 brackets. Yeah, I ended up with a whole bunch of parts for the polar bear. So I'm hoping I'm really close to having that one done. These 2 are also for the polar bear. Oh, always afraid I'm going to lose these little pieces. So there's 3 of those for the polar bears. And again, I don't know what the pearl gold is because that wasn't on my list. And there's the paddle for the Star Wars set, the 7250 Star Wars set. And of course, as always, anytime I order, if I can get parts from my green grocer, I'm going to grab them. So these 2 sand green are for the green grocer. The medium nougat is for the polar bears, along with, should be 4 of those and 1 of those. Oh, I forgot to mark those. So 1 of those and 4 of those, all for the polar bears. And these 3 here are actually for this heavy duty helicopter that I am trying to replace all the white parts because I did the hydrogen peroxide, and I'm going to put in quotes, trick to make the parts whiter, which it did for a while, and now all the white parts are really yellowed. So I'm having to rebuy all of the white parts for this heavy duty helicopter so I can resell it. So that's going to go toward that. And these parts here, this 1 and these 2 and the yellow one, again for the polar bears. This 1 white tile is for the Monster Fighter Haunted House, which if you haven't heard the story of that, go back and watch my previous video because that was quite an interesting story on why we have to buy parts for the Monster Fighter Haunted House. Some more miscellaneous parts. Okay, so 2 more of those for the roller coaster. This should also be for the roller coaster. The 2 tiles and the 2 light bluish gray tiles and the 4 black tiles are also for the Monster Fighter set. So it looks like everything is there. I believe everything got checked off. I do have a little bag of extras, so I have a feeling these are just freebies that they throw in, which is really nice because who doesn't like some extra Lego parts to play with? And all the parts look really good. There were some used, most of it was new. There was a couple of used in there, but I wouldn't know the difference of which were the used and which were the new. So they do a really good job of the used parts that look new. Awesome. I love that. Have a couple little extra baggies I can reuse. And it looks like that's it. I know it wasn't a very exciting video, but I'm just trying to get back in the swing of doing videos on a regular basis again. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and if you liked it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, please subscribe, because I put these out at very irregular times. So it might be a good idea to subscribe and get notified when new ones come out. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.